Hey guys! So today I'm going to talk to you about my skincare routine, and it's something that's evolved um, extensively since I was 14. And I'll start by telling you what I use now, and then I'll kind of go back to what I had previously used and things that I experiment with from time to time. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this. Now, I do not put hand sanitizer on my face. I actually use this bottle. Oh, sorry, there's a loud car going by. I'm on my balcony. I use this bottle to put olive oil in, and I find it's a really easy way to dispense it. So it just has a tiny little hole so it doesn't all come out so quickly, because I was using the original bottle at first, and I found it was coming out so quickly, so I just found this in my drawer and I cleaned it out. And yeah, it's really handy to use old bottles like that. So what do I use this for? I use this to remove my makeup. It's amazing to remove even really tricky waterproof mascara. So and I use this all over my face. I don't always use this to wash my face when I don't have makeup on. When I haven't been wearing makeup that day, I often will just wash my face with water, and then I will use this as a moisturizer and just a little, just a very tiny bit in spots that need some moisturizing, and it works really great. I love this. Then my staple in my routine is this clay. Sorry, it's all messed up. It's in a metal type of container holder, and it gets kind of all squished. This was traveling with me for 6 months, so it's in a little bit of sorry shape. So the brand is Ganilla of Sweden, and Lerosett. It's not a very known product. I found this in my desperation when I was breaking out horribly, because I really wanted something natural, but I needed something that wasn't just like olive oil. I needed something that was gonna work, something that would extract, and yeah, I needed something that would have active ingredients that was effective. It's not that it has an active ingredient, but I mean, all it really is Rasul clay and distilled water. And this is meant for problem skin. See, it even says problem skin. So if you go on their website, they have a lot of information about this product. And I actually used this as a trial. I contacted them and they were conducting a bunch of trials. And they sent me so many free bottles, which was amazing, because I'm all for buying a product if it's good and supporting the product and telling people. But I love being able to test something out. And I mean, this isn't because of the video or anything. This was a year ago, just as a part of the clinical trial. So you can contact them to be part of the clinical trial and get free samples as well. I'm not sure if they're still doing trials. It's possible they're not, but I think they still are. So the person I was dealing with was so nice and helpful. She actually doesn't work there anymore, I recently found out. But I love this clay. I mean, it's not a miracle worker. It's not like, oh, the next day my skin's clear. You have to use it consistently. But the good thing about this is that you don't have to worry about putting too much on or leaving it on too long. I mean, if you leave it on for a really long time, it will slightly dry out your skin, because it is a clay, and it's pulling out impurities, and I guess if you leave it on too long, it can pull out some of your natural oils. But I mean, I have never had a problem with excessive dryness with this. It's actually almost moisturizing. And another thing I want to mention is, now that I'm in Australia, I have this tube, and I have one tube left, and once I run out, I'm just gonna go on eBay or online somewhere and find Rasool clay, because that's the main ingredient in this. This isn't cheap. If you go on their website, you'll see, I think it's $35 for this bottle. That's a lot. That's really expensive. So, I do support this company because I really like their products, and I tried their 3-step face cleansing system and I thought it was good also, but it's a bit much for me, especially I'm on a budget, I'm traveling, I don't have that much money, and also I can't really get this shipped to Australia, so I'm going to try and find some Rasool clay online, and I'll get back to you guys and tell you how it works. So yeah, love this. Basically what I do is I apply this, okay, first thing, if I have makeup on, wash it off with this. Then, I'll put this down for a second because I forgot, I'll tell you the steps. Okay, first I want to say in the morning I wake up and I don't do anything. I like that I don't have to worry about washing my face in the morning. Nothing. Maybe I'll rinse it with water. Maybe I won't. I just do nothing, because I find that my skin really needs a break. It's really sensitive, and if I use products in the morning and at night, it's too much for my skin. So this is my routine for nighttime. If I have makeup, rinse it off with this. And then what I do is I take a little washcloth and I turn the water on really hot, not sometimes scalding, but I definitely don't put that water directly on my face. If it's scalding hot, I put the washcloth under and I wring it out as much as I can, almost so the water is completely out of it, and then I bring it to my face very, very lightly. I don't push hard because the washcloth is really hot and you don't want to burn your face. So I bring the washcloth up to my face, and then it cools down so quickly, and once it starts cooling down, then I put it on my face, and I do this like 10 times. And sometimes if I really want to wet my face, I'll make the temperature of the water a little less hot. I would never put scalding water on my face. It's really not good for your skin. So I would make it really warm, really, really, really warm, but not hot, not too hot, and put the washcloth and put the wet washcloth on my face. So yeah, you have those two options, and the reason I do that is I like to prepare my skin for this, and I find that if I use warm water before I do this, it absorbs the clay. I mean, not that it actually absorbs the clay, I don't know, maybe it's just in my head, but I just feel like it works better if my skin is prepped with warm water. There's no science behind this. This is just in my head. I don't know if it actually is good or not, but I mean, not that it's bad, but I don't know if it's better than using like lukewarm or cold water. So another thing that I have is I recently bought this. This is the Clarisonic Pro. I got this, there. I got this online, actually, not from the retailer. I got it on Gumtree, which is the Australian version of Craigslist, and I was so excited when I found it online because I was about to buy the Mia, which is the cheapest, smallest version of it, and it was $150 here in Australia, and I got this for $125, and the thing is, this has been used, but the woman who gave it to me, she obviously didn't include the brushes she's used on herself. It included 6 brush heads that she hasn't used. So it's totally clean. And, I mean, I did give the body a cleaning before I used it, but this doesn't touch my face anyway, so it's fine. And the reason I got this is because I recently started getting a lot of clogged pores. And that's because when I was traveling, as I mentioned in my previous videos, I didn't wash my face for a couple months. I just didn't wash my face at all. And although my skin generally got better, because I didn't have inflamed acne, I did have a lot of clogged pores. That's what I'm working on tackling. And I started using this, and I don't know if I saw results or not. I don't think it was bad for my skin, but I did start breaking out recently, and I think it's because I started using products again, and skin is adjusting to it. And I don't want to use this on active acne because basically, even though this is the delicate brush, it's the softest and the most sensitive, even more sensitive than the sensitive brush, which is kind of counterintuitive. But I still don't want to use this on any active pimples because it's still a brush, and I don't want to brush bacteria all over my face. So I'm going to just stick to this clay until all active pimples are gone and I'm back to clogged pores, and then I'll go back to using this. Now I have these two things here that I recently bought at the grocery store. Tea tree oil and lavender oil. I love using oils. I love using natural products, but the thing is, these are extremely strong, even though they're natural. They have a strong scent, they're antibacterial, and extremely potent. And when I first got these, I just got them a week or two ago, and I wanted to use them for antibacterial purposes on my face. What I did is I took a cotton pad and I put a tiny drop of this, I put like 10 drops of warm water on the pad, like 10 times more water than these, and I would dab it on my face, and I found that I started breaking out. And I'm not sure, I've used tea tree oil before, but I haven't used lavender oil before, so I don't know. I'm not ready to test this out again. I don't know if it's from this. I think it is. This is the only new thing I've added to my routine. So, and when I took it out, my skin calmed down a bit. I mean, you can't see because I just got a new organic Physicians Formula tinted moisturizer that I put on, and it actually did a pretty good job. I mean, up close, it's definitely sheer. You can see my flaws in person and up close, but I don't know, especially on camera, it definitely does the job. And I like that it's organic, so I'll show you that in a video about what cosmetics I use. Anyway, this is going back in the drawer for a bit until I feel more comfortable using it and my skin has gotten under control. Now this is pretty funny. This is Greek yogurt. This is a new product that I use on my skin. And I was inspired by a video by makeup artist Lisa Eldridge, and she doesn't use all natural products at all. She mostly doesn't use all natural products, but her video was really compelling, and she knows what she's talking about. And I'm not going to use most of the things that she talks about because they're expensive and not natural, but one of the things she did talk about was the importance of lactic acid in her skincare routine. And she was saying how you can find that in yogurt and milk, that kind of thing, like lactose, get it? Lactic acid. So lactic acid is a natural exfoliant, like alpha hydroxy acid, but it's much, much milder. It's really, really good for sensitive skin. And she swears by lactic acid. So I figure best way to try this out is yogurt that I have in my fridge already. And by the way, Greek yogurt is delicious if you love thick, creamy yogurt. I just discovered it a couple weeks ago. I don't know how I went my whole life not eating this stuff. But, so basically what I did last night when I used it is I just took 2 spoonfuls, put it in a bowl, just mixed it up. I mean, because it can be a little, like, clumpy, so just mixed it up, made sure my hands were clean, put it on my hands, put it all over my face, let it sit. I actually took a picture on my photo booth on my MacBook, so I can include that picture with the yogurt all over my face. And yeah, just leave it. I mean, it won't fully dry because it's really thick unless you put a thin layer. Then if you put a thin layer, it'll dry. I haven't experimented with it too much, so I don't know the absolute best method. But I put a really thick layer on, and I didn't wait till it fully dried at all. It was still wet, and I just wiped it off, and my skin felt really soft after. And it actually, I noticed last night that my skin visually looked less red, because I have a lot of redness in my skin since it's really sensitive. So yeah, that's pretty much my skincare routine that I do now. as I mentioned, when I was traveling, I didn't wash my face at all. And I'm not sure if it was better then or if it's better now. I can't tell. It's hard for me. I keep thinking that it was better then. But then again, since I've been using all this stuff, my pores have been less clogged and my skin's been softer, even though it's been breaking out. So it's kind of like a give and take. I don't know. It's really hard. I always feel like it used to be better than it is now. I always feel like it's worse now, but it's just in my head type of thing. So I'm not really sure. Maybe I should start taking some photos so I have some visual proof. But yeah, so that's what I was doing for a while, and then as I mentioned in my other video, I also went through a phase where I was literally experimenting every second day with a new product. So that wasn't a good idea. Definitely not for me, it wasn't a good idea. So, and then before that I was using Clindoxyl gel for years, for like 6 years. For like 6 or 7 years I was using Clindoxyl, benzoyl peroxide at night, and Differin in the morning, and then in between there I was using all different moisturizers. At one point I was using a Marcel moisturizer. I meant cleanser. A Marcel cleanser was like an orangey cleanser. I used that for a couple of years. And I love this moisturizer called Complex 15. It was my favorite moisturizer. And I need to go check back what's in there. I need to check the ingredients, because when I went natural, I just discarded that. My naturopath told me to stop using it, even though it worked for me. So I'm going to check the ingredients on there, because Complex 15, got it at the drugstore. I got my roommate hooked onto it. It's just really, really light, non-greasy, just really simple. Kind of in the same vein as, what's that really? Cetaphil. Cetaphil. I never used Cetaphil, but I heard a lot about it. Okay, so yeah, that's my skincare routine. It's kind of always evolving. I think eventually I'll go back to this, and then I'd love to use jojoba oil instead of olive oil, but it's just so expensive in Australia. I kind of went with the cheaper stuff, so hopefully I'll be able to find some reasonably priced jojoba oil soon. Yeah, so I do talk about so many of the different skincare routines that I've used and the different tricks that I've used on my website, which you can check out below, www.SweetHealthNut.com. So I hope you'll check that out, and I will link a video to the video that I saw that Lisa Eldridge was talking about lactic acid, and I did post a blog post about that on my website, so I'll link to that also. And yeah, hopefully you learned something from this. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the products that I use, or any recommendations for something else that I can try. I know there are just like a million different opinions out there, because everyone's skin is different and there are different things that work for everybody. So, oh, and I hope you had a fabulous Christmas, or Hanukkah, or Festivus, or whatever you celebrate. I hope you had a great time. And for those of you who don't know Festivus, it's from Seinfeld. But anyway, so yeah, I'm wishing you guys a happy new year. It's coming up soon. And I'll be back soon with another video. And thanks for watching. Bye.